We've already seen some showers popping up across the valley, and that off and on rain is expected to stick around into tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jade Cunningham. Well, let's get right over to meteorologist Chris Dunn, who's tracking where the rain is right now and when it could hit your neighborhood. And it has been really fun to see kind of those sprinkles on and off throughout the day.
Yeah, it does give us some hope. We've had some passing showers through the valley over the last 6 hours or so. This is a radar review. East Valley getting some of that light rain. Also, a line of showers trying to develop out here to the west of Buckeye, all the way down to the west of Gila Bend. So we'll watch that as it slowly tries to migrate eastward. Up to the North Valley, Lake Pleasant right here, Black Canyon City, New River, and Anthem getting some of these quick passing showers. It's a splash and dash type of situation. Isolated little pockets of rain, but that will be expanding and increasing as the night wears on. This is our weather impact alert for overnight and to the morning hours tomorrow. You see right out here off the coast of Southern California how the clouds are spinning around. That's our area of low pressure, the center of this storm system. And as it slowly gets closer and closer to us and actually lifts to the north, a lot of that lift and a lot of that energy will be focused into our area. So what's still on track, overnight and Sunday morning rain showers. What has changed between last night and tonight, the valley rain estimates. It's decreased now 5/100ths to about 4/10ths of an inch of rain. So we'll end up with a little bit less than a half inch of rain in many areas here. Some of our rain potential forecast numbers from the forecast models. You can see the results here, 1/4 of an inch of rain or less for most areas. We'll take a look at Futurecast coming up later in this half hour. Jade?
All right, thanks so much, Chris. We look forward to that forecast. Well, it's been 6 months since 16-year-old Azriel Lloyd was shot and killed in Mesa. New tonight, Mesa police have arrested 3 people in connection with his death. This is the video we first showed you back in May of the initial investigation near the 60 and Val Vista. Authorities now tell us 18-year-olds Breon Ballard and Nico Cartier, along with 19-year-old Jameer White, were taken into custody yesterday. Detectives spent months interviewing witnesses, executing search warrants, and analyzing evidence before moving forward with charges. All 3 are now being held on a $2 million bond as the investigation continues. The ex-boyfriend of 17-year-old Rihanna Kemplin, who was shot and killed as she slept, has officially been charged in the case. Emilio Rivera was previously arrested a few days ago after Avondale police say he slashed the tires of more than a dozen vehicles outside Kemplin's apartment the morning she was killed. Now take a look at this. In this video, you can see the 18-year-old at his first court appearance this afternoon for these new charges. Police say he was taken into custody at a Buckeye home late last night. He's now charged with first-degree murder and attempted second-degree murder. Rihanna was shot in her apartment last Saturday and later died at the hospital. Her mother says her daughter was sleeping when she was shot. A $1 million cash-only bond was set. Rivera will be back in court next week. Now to an update on a tragic crash in North Phoenix. A 15-year-old boy has died after being hit by a car last night near 19th Avenue and Cactus. Police say the driver was speeding, lost control, and ran off the road, striking the boy on a walkway. He was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. The driver stayed briefly at the scene, then ran before officers caught him. He's now being processed for DUI. Anyone with any information is asked to call Phoenix police as they continue to investigate this case. Still no word on a possible suspect yet after a deadly early morning shooting near 19th and Northern Avenues. Officers say they found a man shot around 2 this morning. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Now his identity has not yet been released. Authorities asking anyone with information to contact Phoenix police. Another Phoenix shooting we've been following for you since last night has sadly turned deadly. This was the scene near I-17 and Dunlap just before 6 last night. We have since learned officers found 45-year-old Kevin Mitchell with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital but did not survive. Police have not released any details on a suspect or what led up to this shooting. Tonight, the investigation is still underway. Tonight, a West Valley family is advocating for better lighting on rural roads after their loved one died in a motorcycle crash on a dark stretch of Olive Avenue. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is in Waddell with that family's message.
This memorial, made up of candles and flowers, now sits on the edge of Olive Avenue for a young BMX star. At only 19 years old, his family tells me he had already made a name for himself in the racing world. Behind the handlebars is where Anthony Alvarez shined.
He dominated the racing world, and on the track, there was no stopping him.
Alvarez raced BMX around the country, earning the nickname A-Train for his speed and determination.
He was an amazing person, always winning first place.
Off the track, Alvarez lit up his family's world.
He was the life. He was always doing silly things.
And spent most of his time on anything with two wheels.
It's what he loved doing, being on a motorcycle.
Alvarez was riding his motorcycle home last Sunday night when he crashed the bike near Olive Avenue and Cotton Lane. He was wearing a helmet, but his injuries were too severe and he died at the hospital.
It's just heartbreaking and you can't believe it until you're in there and you see what's going on.
This is where Alvarez crashed. We can still see the tire track. It's coming from the curve back there. But one thing we've noticed is that this is a very dark stretch of road. There are no street lights from the Loop 303 all the way down to Cotton Lane. And that's one thing his family wants to see change.
There needs to be signs going up immediately after these roads are accessible and in use.
Do you believe more signs, more light might have saved Anthony's life?
I believe so.
Alvarez's aunt Sonia Ariano tells me speed is also believed to be a factor in her nephew's crash.
We understand the thrill of it, the road, the speed, and the motorcycles, but please just understand that your family will be right here if you don't understand to take it slow, do it the right way, do it at the tracks.
She wants other young riders to slow down and get home to their families safely.
It's not worth your life, and it's not worth putting your family through this.
Alvarez was also a mentor to young kids just starting out in BMX racing. His family tells me they hope they hear his story and remember to always ride safely. In Waddell, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Thanks, Gabby. Well, here at home, Hickman's Family Farms, Arizona's biggest egg producer, is being sold to a Brazilian company. The farm lost nearly all of its chickens earlier this year to a bird flu outbreak, taking a huge financial hit. Since then, Hickman's rebuilt with new sanitary protocols and restocked cages. The sale also comes after a decade of legal battles with Tonopah residents over odors and environmental concerns from its industrial-sized facilities. Neighbors say the massive chicken houses cause stench and pollution, and even after a settlement, the farm wasn't fully compliant. The purchase is expected to close by the end of the year. This weekend, the National Military Suicide Survivor Seminar and Good Grief Camp is being held in Scottsdale. It's a program run by TAPS, or Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. The event brings together adults and kids who've lost a military loved one to suicide. It offers workshops, small group discussions, and activities focused on hope, healing, and coping skills. Kids attend the Good Grief Camp, while young adults join programs that support personal growth and life transitions.
Brought them in this weekend for a time of healing and connection and a hopeful pathway forward in their grief.
Well, for more information or to join the wait list for this event, you can visit taps.org or you can call 800-959-TAPS. If you ever find yourself in crisis or someone you know needs help, you can call the U.S. Suicide Prevention Hotline. All you have to do is dial 988 to reach a real person 24 hours a day. You do not have to be suicidal to call. If you just need to talk to someone, they are there ready to listen. 12 News is dedicated to keeping you in the loop in the West Valley. Today, hundreds came together in Goodyear for the annual West Valley Heartwalk. Participants enjoyed a morning full of community, education, and heart-healthy activities. The event was organized by the American Heart Association and supported locally by Sun Health and Abrazo Health. Workshops and other resources were available to participants to learn more about preventing heart disease.
It's a 3-mile walk, or there's a 1-mile survivor loop, and and everybody is here walking today for some personal mission that they have. There's many organizations that have come together to really support the mission of the American Heart Association. So it's just a fantastic event for everybody showing up for one mission coming together.
A great event, from families walking in honor of loved ones to community members spreading awareness. Today's Heart Walk highlighted the power of coming together for a healthy cause.